Hi everybody. Welcome. We are in an event today with Heidi and Joyful Artistry by Heidi, and it's Vintage Wednesday today, you guys. So Heidi is just finishing up, and we'll get going in a minute. So yeah, we've got a great lineup today. Not super long, not like the Tiny Tuesday I did yesterday. Oh my goodness, that was a long. We had like 10 people, I think, yesterday. It's all fun though, you know, and I love all of these things that we have in the crafty bunch, and you know, different themes all the time, and you know, you get to see what everybody is doing, and you know, enjoy what they do, right? I need to make sure I can see comments over here, and let's see, coming up after me is gonna be Jeannie from Clifton's Crafty Casa, and then we've got Christy from Funky Junk Inspiration, and so those are our those will be our last two people today. So much fun, you guys. I hope you enjoy these events. It is just our pleasure to offer them to you. Oh, I sound like I'm from Chick-fil-A. It's our pleasure. So, you know, just so much fun to, you know, offer these fun events and get to see what other creators do. And it is always amazing to me how, you know, how many things that people have, and how, you know, how even with one kind of main idea, we just branch off everywhere. We go everywhere. Hi Martha, how are you? Thanks for popping in. So I see that Heidi has me shared over, and so we will get going. You guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I have a plan, and now I'm worried that my plan is not going to last my full hour. I do that. I take, you know, and you never know with me, right? I could take something that I thought was going to be simple, and it takes me the whole hour, and then I'm still not finished. So you never know. We'll just see where it takes us, right? And if we, you know, get done early, or if things are moving along, you know, I really never mind that, because it gives me a chance to read comments and see what's going on, right? Hi Liz, hi Cheryl, thanks for popping in everybody. So yeah, you know, it gives me a chance to kind of catch up and see what's going on, because I like to see the comments and participate. I love seeing it when, you know, when people in the comments are commenting to each other. That's always fun. I love watching everybody interact with each other. So it's a real community, right? It's a real community, and it just is so much fun to be a part of. And I really thank Cheryl from Mama P's Crafty Creations for, you know, hosting the group as a whole. And you know, it's just a great thing, right? So let's get to it. Let me put you down here to the desktop, and I'll show you what we're going to start with. Woohoo! We're going to start with, now my thing today, I have to have a piece of, I have to use lace in my project. Okay, that's the main thing. We have to use some lace in our project. And so it's going to happen. We got an easy way to add some lace today, so I'm not worried about that at all. It's never hard to add lace, right? Well, for me, I don't know. Some people might not like it. Hi, Gina. Hi, Callie, Ruth, Sherry. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. So first I have this piece of music paper. I think this was actually in a practice, some kind of practice. I don't know what kind of instrument that it was for. But you know what? I like it because it's just got music notes on it. It's not got any words. And so for what I want to use it on, or, you know, the way I want to use it today, I'm kind of liking that. So we're going to first just fold it over like it was for, well, it's going to end up being in a journal, okay? So I'll tell you, I'll give you that much of a hint. Okay, now, part of what we're going to do for our lace is we've got this hanky, and it's got some lace on it, but I want to iron it out. Look at my tiny ironing thing. And I'm not sure if it went with this tiny little cricket iron thing. I don't even remember if that's where I got it. Well, I should have plugged this in already. Hang on. You guys, I really felt really pleased with myself when I decided to put a power strip on top of my area over here. Because then I can just reach over and turn stuff on and I don't have to mess with it. Now, what I'm not so happy about is the fact that I don't know what happened to the base of this little doodad. So I always have to be kind of careful with that. So I like to keep that right there and try to not get that in the way. Now we might do some inking here in a minute. Let me put this. You know, these old things from Dollar Tree. Linda Glenham was telling us about them. I don't remember if she said somebody else told her or what, but these are like in the makeup section at Dollar Tree. And they come with their own little case. I love it. So right now I can pick this up. It was on a piece of paper that I didn't care if it got ink on it, but you know. Okay, so let's get that warmed up a little. Hey there, Linda. How are you? And we're just gonna iron this. You guys, I hit a Hanky jackpot the other day. Mr. Adventure and I went on an adventure to a couple of estate sales. Oh my word, one of them was in this house and he looked it up when we got home. They were clearing out everything. We weren't sure exactly, you know, what was going on. But, you know, they seemed to be clearing absolutely everything out. I mean, let me get myself better here. There we go. And they were just getting rid of absolutely everything. And what was I going to say about it? So much stuff. And the pool, I actually took a video of the pool in the backyard. My granddaughter was with us and she said she took a picture. She said she didn't want it to seem creepy because there were people out there, so she snuck a photo. I said, oh great, between my video, because nobody was out there, and your photo, we've got a good thing. I could have stayed out in that backyard forever. Oh my goodness, it was just so fabulous. So we got home and he said he looked it up and it was like a $2.5 million home. It was huge. You just get lost in it. And they really didn't have, I don't know that we bought a single thing at that one. Oh yes, she did. She found some kind of a movie poster, so she got that. But at the next one, it was this little old house. You could tell they'd lived there for 1,000,000 years. And they had some good things. That was where I got my hankies, and I got a better deal for them than well, part of them weren't even marked. They weren't even marked as a price. So, you know, I always feel like that's fair game, right? If they don't even have something marked, I think you can, you know, make an offer. Well, then I decided to get the ones that were actually marked as well. I'm like, okay. And then she goes, okay, well, if you want to take all of these, I'll give them all to you for one price. I'm like, okay, I could do that. That's not taking those out like I want. And I should have had some water to spritz it. Why didn't I think of that? You guys, I have a little spray bottle right here. I'm going to step over here to my, oh, hang on. I have some paint water here that's clean water. We'll do the old thing of sprinkling. How many of you remember sprinkling clothes? How many of you? And who remembers the cool sprinkler thing with the Coke bottle and the cool top? Had a cork top and then like the little thing with the holes in it. Who had one of those? Oh my gosh, we had one of those. I thought that was the coolest thing. I don't know why. I just thought it was fun. And you know, they'd been using something like that forever. My mom, when my dad was in the Navy, my mom would take in laundry. And so she would do the laundry, and then she would, you know, press them. And, you know, they probably had to have military creases. I don't remember. By the time Steve was in the Navy, I can't remember what his uniform, well, they changed. They actually changed their work clothes and stuff right after he went in. He probably thought he was going to get to wear the cool sailor uniforms, and he only got to do that for a short time, and then they changed their uniforms. Well, I wish I had sprayed it. You guys, it still is crinkly, although what we're going to use it for, I'm not sure it's going to matter, but you had to iron your dad's military uniforms, right? Well, hi, Lisa. Cheryl says she and her mom had one. You guys, you know, my first, like, real job. Hi, Pam. The sprinkler soda bottle. Yep. Yes. And if you sprinkled them up and you put them in and you left them in the refrigerator, that was even best. You guys, man, I wish I would have done this beforehand. Of course, you know, if it's what we're going to do with it, it's going to end up with creases anyway. I don't know why I'm fretting about it. But I was going to tell you, my first job was at this little laundromat. And on one side of it, they had a dry cleaners. And so that's where I worked. And we had, my mother got me my job. It's nothing I would have picked. But it was close to home. And I just went after school. I never worked weekends. I worked one Saturday once, and I worked like 5 hours, and my paycheck was 5 cents more. I was so unhappy. I'd ruined my Saturday, and I made a nickel more on my paycheck. And that, my friends, is a lesson in the tears of taxation. It put me over enough that they took more taxes out. I was so irritated. But they would do all the stuff, like all of the dry cleaning, any laundry that people had brought in to be done. They would do that all in the morning and early afternoon, and so all of it was there when I got there, and my job was to press everything. And it was just it was a small place, and I usually could get through everything by the time I was done and went home. And you guys, my mother-in-law used to say, so I'd had plenty of practice ironing, you know, even just regular ironing. And my mother-in-law, we had one guy who, I think he worked at something that must have been like a bar and grill or something. And he would bring in 21 shirts per week. So he was wearing 3 shirts a day. And so those all, you know, were laundered and, you know, starched, and then I ironed them. And I'm telling you, my mother-in-law, though, finally to that part of the story, she said I could iron faster than anybody she ever saw. And I just laughed because I'd probably had more practice than anyone that she knew. You know, when you're having to do that for a job, you got a lot of practice ironing, right? Oh, my goodness. Okay. Some people really like to iron. How about you? Do you guys like to iron? Now, I tell you what. I want to put more of this around the edge. And is there enough for this? Oh, look, it looks like I planned it. I truly did not. But I want to put a little bit on the edge. Oh my. You know, sometimes you can't really tell what is the back and the front, which is nice. I'm thinking that's the back side. Okay, so I'm just going to put this around the edge so we have more lace, because since we were supposed to use lace, let's use it, right? Let's use it. Ironing is very bad for your back. Yeah, that can be. Well, what if you raise it up? Raise your ironing board up some. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dot some glue. Oh, man. Let's get our glue going. Well, is it coming out? Okay, this one is struggling. I see another one right here. Let's use this one. And we're just going to put this around the edge, and then we'll just lay our hanky on the edge. And so we'll have like a double layer of lace. I mean, can you have too much lace? I don't think so. We'll just put that here. Look at that. I still haven't told you what we're doing yet. No iron for you. Your dad paid you 25 cents a piece and he used handkerchiefs. You made a bundle. Pam loves it when it's done. All right. You know, I didn't mind it. Even at home, we had a big TV that was closed up. We were not a big TV watching family, as you know, on the whole. And we had, my dad made the TV. It was like one of the, have you guys ever heard of Heath kits? They were electronics. And he made our color TV, and it was in the cabinet. He made the cabinet too. He built our house, basically. It was like one of those things that's like, they come and they kind of rough it in, just do the basic frame, I think was what they did, and then everything else you're kind of your own contractor. And so that was our house after we moved to the farm. And it took a long time for that thing to ever be fully finished. And so anyway, it was in this big cabinet in the living room, and I would put the ironing board in front of that in the living room and watch TV. Oh, you guys, you're gonna watch me and think, what is she doing? I'm trying to turn the corner. I'm trying to miter on the go. And it doesn't really need to be square, although it would probably be nice if it was. I gotta plan this next corner better, you guys. I wasn't, you know, I just got bits and pieces of our two previous things, and I didn't get to be in the comments very much. You guys having any decent weather yet? Oh, look at that. Look how pretty that is with extra lace. I'm loving it. Okay, let's do this first. Let's make a better corner. I should have done the other one and then put a little pin in it. Oh, I think I can do that. Let's try it. It's nice here today. I don't even know what the temperature is, but it's rather lovely, and the sun is out. Don't you guys think anytime the sun is out, it just makes it better? I don't know. Some people like rainy days. I'd like rainy days if the sun was out. Oh, thanks, Susan. Liz, oh, I'm so glad. I tell you what, was it yesterday that it was so I think you were telling me, yes, because you were in our event yesterday and you were kind of, you know, hoping that it didn't just take out your internet because of the wind. The West Texas wind. And, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, and somebody else said that they were on a bus to Santa Fe, New Mexico, which I gotta say I was a little jealous. I love going there. And they said that the wind was so bad the bus could hardly stay on the road. So, yeah. But you know what, you guys? That's the kind of winds that I grew up with. We lived there on the front range of the Rocky Mountains in Denver, and there wasn't much between the foothills and where we lived out at the farm. And oh my gosh, that wind would just be terrible sometimes. In fact, sometimes we would stay out of the living room. We had a big picture window in the front room, you know, the kind that have to a giant big open window in the middle, and then smaller, windows on the side that can open. And sometimes when it was bad, we would close the curtains on that window and we would stay out of that room, because you could just feel that just shaking that window. Then I learned when I moved to Florida and saw what they do to get ready for hurricanes, I found out that you can put some masking tape and stuff across your windows in case it goes. I'm like, oh, we should have been doing that for all those years. That would have been a good idea. In case it happened, it wouldn't just be everywhere. Okay, now this is not this pretty in this corner, but maybe we can make that the back side. How about that? I got glue everywhere on my fingers, you guys. Oh, nice. Celeste, you're 100% a solar powered gas. Yeah. No, vitamin C or vitamin S, sun and C. That's your vitamin. Sun and C. Oh, I don't know. Well, you know what? We'll cut this, and then I'll do my little trick of putting the glue along the edge so it doesn't fray. Let's do that. Let's use our other little white glue. I like that. Look how lovely that is. Let me move that. There. We don't have that big glare. 64 today. Oh, Celeste, not a great first ironing experience, right? Not a great ironing experience. Okay. All right. Sun and sea. Hey. Okay. I'm just going to dab a little bit on here and on, I'll just put some here and I'll stick together. And a little here. Okay. There we go. Okay, we got that part done. All right. Now we need to set that aside for a moment. Now, look at this, you guys. Is this not the cutest? And now you probably know what I'm going to do. Hi, Stephanie. Beautiful in Arizona, but windy. You had rain yesterday. Well, you probably needed it, right? I tell you what, we got some rain the other day, and we sure needed it, I tell you. It's been so dry here. And I'm not going to leave that sharp edge. Now we're going to put this on this music paper so it kind of looks like she could be wearing her fancy dress to a dance or something. Something musical. You'd wear that skirt. I know, right? Wouldn't that be fun? Cheryl, how are ya? That would be super fun. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna put her on here, and let's use a little ink. Since the pattern is kind of darker, let's just give it a little. Wonder if that's cool enough to move. Yeah. Just want to give this a little, hit it with a little color, and that'll kind of make it blend a little better with the pattern sleeve there. I don't know if that's what you call it. The envelopes, I'm calling it that. The weather is heavenly. Oh, nice. You've had a chance to be out. I know. And being able to get the kids outside. Cheryl, isn't that a game changer? I know it is. Now, I don't know what I want to do on the inside there. Let's just add a little more. When in doubt, add more. You got rain and Connecticut. I'm like thinking, I know what that is. I know what it is. Let's just go ahead and put this in. And you know what I'm going to do, you guys? I'm going to actually only glue. This is my favorite things to do. Is when you've got something and you're putting it on another piece of paper, it is always an opportunity to make a pocket, right? If you only glue the 3 sides, you got a pocket. So let's do that. We'll make a pocket here. Just get that on there and stick it on. I put glue on like I sketch with a pencil. Hey Ann, how are you? That was a lovely thing you were working on too. Oh my gosh. I tell you what, we have such talented people in our we're among talent, that's for sure. Okay, so now we've got that. Now, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I want this. Okay, where's our back section? Oh, there. Look, it isn't so bad that I couldn't even hardly tell which was the back. You guys, I'm going to, here's what's going to happen. We're going to gather this up here to be her skirt and attach it right here for her skirt. And I don't even care if it comes off at the bottom. I mean, that's fine. Actually, this comes off a lot more than the other little one I was playing with, but it's okay. But what I want to do is I want to fancify it. I want it to look more like, wait, that's the back. Gotta make sure I know which is the back because we put the hanky over the lace. You guys, I am going to dry brush some color on this hanky, and you're probably gonna think I'm just crazy. And that could be debated. But we are gonna do it, and we're just gonna dry brush some on. We're gonna make some fancified fabric here so that it can kind of look like this has got a little bit of shimmer to it, you guys, and that's why I want to use it. It's got a little bit of shimmer. Oops, that is not. We're going to have to do longer strokes on here and brush that out. Oh, I'm not liking it. And this is really darker than I thought it was going to be. And I want it to go, you know, those little folds are going down this way. So I guess we should go this way with each of these. Oh my. And now I just feel like I've totally messed it up. But I want it to have a little bit of shimmer and sparkle. There, if I go out from each of these, it'll also kind of mimic some other more pleated. Ew, it's picking up something in this fabric. I don't know what that's from. There, we'll just do it like this. I know you guys probably want to close your eyes. Like, oh, why did she do that? Because I'm me. Look, she didn't say no paint. She just said add lace. She didn't say no paint. Oh, this was a much better idea, though, to come at it like, oh, I might have to put a little bit more color on, you guys, to get that shimmer. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Now we're talking about the shimmer. I thought it could kind of make it look kind of like taffeta or something. We got faux everything else. You know, we got real fabric, but we're going to make faux fancy. Faux fancy fabric. You guys never know what you're going to see when any of us get online, right? Never. You never know. Isn't this a clue? We're waiting for the Christy save. Well, I think this was the save. Actually, you know, putting it more like this and putting a little bit more on, because look how much prettier that is. Can you guys? Oh yeah, you can see how it's starting to, you know, have a little bit more sparkle and shine. Because we're gonna, you know, pull it in from the center up there. Okay, it's just now 30 minutes past, so that's good. Excellent. I think if we just have a few bright places on each section, and you know, part of these are going to be at the back, so it's not even going to matter, right? Okay. But wouldn't that be pretty? And look, I think it's going to go pretty well with the top, right? You're safe. Oh, you're safe. Okay, good job. No haze in the air or anything. Imagination is a wonderful thing. That is correct. Look how boring we'd all be if we didn't have some, right? We certainly wouldn't have the kinds of projects that people come up with in our groups, that's for sure. Okay. All right, I think that should do it. Let's leave it at that. Now I can put my brush in my water, and let's go ahead and dry that. Please hold while I dig out the dryer, the whatever you call this. Got it. Now it's not on. Yeah, that's the other thing. I can turn that thing off and on over there. So I don't have to leave it all on all the time. I can just see some of it is still wet here, and I don't want to mess around and get that all over everything. Hey Molly, how are ya? Welcome in. We are playing here in Vintage Wednesday. And the only thing was to use some lace. So I am making this fun little hanky skirt thing. That might still be kind of... I think it's dry enough to work with you guys. Okay, so, you know, the nicest corner that lays down is the one that's got the frayed edge, of course. Okay, now we need to pick it up here in the center. Of course, does it really matter? I don't know that it really matters. Do we have one corner that goes down farther with its blue? I don't know. Oh, you guys, now this is going to be hard. So ideally we could pick this up, give it some stuff, get it to zhuzh around here. Now this seems like it's the difficult part, you guys. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Maybe. I don't know, you could mess around with that all day long, couldn't you? That's one of those things that you'd probably... Who knows if you'd ever be happy with the way it was laying. And how are we going to keep it laying the same way? Oh, here we go. It's coming together. Except I don't like the back of that showing. I don't know. Why can't this corner do like that one? What's different about that one? I don't know. Somebody's probably there going, I know what you should do. And boy, do I wish you were here with me. Now, I probably want to bend this over. What do you think, you guys? Yeah, let's bend it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's do this. Let's put a little bit of our Fabri-Tac on here. And I'm going to put some in this layer, and this layer, and here, and bend it over. There we go. Okay, let's let that sit for a second. Let me get a clip. Let that go a second. Are you leaving?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up Christina.
Yeah, okay. See you later. Okay, so we've got that going. And now we can put a little bit of ribbon across. Where is that ribbon? Oh, here we go. We could put a tiny bit of ribbon across. We could put it all the way around and that would be easier to deal with, probably, right? Let's do that. Let's put it around the back. And then we can glue it in the back too. We'll glue it on itself. Oh, thanks. Thanks, you guys. Still, I wish some of you were here to help with the silly folding. Okay, so if we get that down there. My hands are starting to get sticky. My fingers. I'm starting to get stuff sticking to my fingers, you guys. So now if we just tilt it down. Oops, now I'll have to have some more here. I got glue on my scissors. Ta-da! Okay, now let's clip that, and then the back will Okay, now let's find, and now I think we find a little button to put at the waistband too, and I think we can still probably maneuver some of that if we wanted to. I don't know. Who knows? Okay. All right, now, oh my goodness, you guys, I'm afraid we're coming to the end. Oh, you guys are going to be so excited when you see this. Some of you are so distraught that my buttons are all over the place. Well, guess what? Hi, Jamie. Okay, you guys, check it out. Buttons sorted. I have friends who sort buttons and I buy them from them. Oh, you guys. Oh, this could be even better. I forgot these broken jewelry pieces were in here. Oh, let's dump them and see if we can find something totally cool to put at the waistband. Oh my gosh. I'm going to put them out. I don't know. I have no idea. Oh. Oh, what about part of that earring? Let's dump them and find something, you guys. If you see something, let me know. Let's find it together. Ooh, look at this one. I'll put that on there. Ooh, wouldn't that be pretty? So, well, here, we'll audition some things. And there goes my ribbon spool. So we've got, that could be an option. You can't see it. We'll have to take off the back there if we do that. Oh, here's a whole pair of earrings. Whole too. But she said there might be things in there that actually were pairs. A ring? Look at that. I just got a new little ring. How's that? I had no idea. Oh, that is too funny. And it looks like all its little doodads are in it. Aw. Okay. Let's see. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look at this. Look at that. That's so, well, it's a little woman and a guy. Is that not adorable? Not for this project, but oh my goodness. Well, I don't know that I see anything. Now we could put just a fancy button, but why when we've got something from here would we do that? I think that first thing I found might be it. What do you guys think? Hi, April. How are you? You guys, I think this might be it. Don't you? I think we should use that. But which way should we put it? Should we put the diamond part at the top? What do you think? The blue at the top or the diamond at the top? And then I gotta cut this part off. Let me grab my let me grab something to cut that off. I don't want to use my scissors. You know, these kinds of tools are the things that husbands and wives debate over who they belong to, right? Hi, Becky. The diamond at the top. I think so. I like that idea too, Liz. So, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. Oh my goodness. Okay. So let's cut it off. There we go. Cool. All right. This is probably stuck good enough. You know what though? You guys, you know, Fabri-Tac is really not my go-to thing. if I use Fabri-Tac behind this ribbon, will it seep through the ribbon, or will you be able to see it? I'm good too, April. I'm glad you are. What do you think? Fabri-Tac and ribbon, will it make a mark? Because I really would rather it stick down on that fabric. It won't show? Then I'm going to put a tiny bit in there. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. I can still put a dot of it there because we're still going to put the our little treasure we found. Duh. That'll be fine. Okay. Let's put some glue across here. It's getting kind of thick. I mean, it's sticking way out to get away from her body, but, you know, hey, do we care? And then we'll put this in here. Almost, man, that's kind of, man, that's really chunky on there. Is that gonna stick? Is this gonna glue this on here? Who knows? You know, I know my reptile glue will stick it on. I'm just gonna use it. I'm gonna put a lot. It's gonna take it a little while to dry. And then these, we can position these anywhere we want. I mean, eventually, right? Okay. Now, I'm just going to have to leave that alone. What do you think, you guys? Ta-da! I do have some E6000, but I'm not sure. You know, I usually just buy it, lend it in those tiny little tubes, because I don't use it often enough. And then most of the time, then I try to like keep the little tube. I'll put something over it and, you know, try to save it. And then it'll be all dried up. I don't even know if I have any new ones, but I think that'll work. What do you guys think? Oh, I love it. I love it. I think it turned out so cute. I even kind of actually, what do you think about it swooping up over here to the side? Well, we could tuck that in if we didn't like it and keep it all down here if we wanted to. There. I probably like that better. Too cool, you guys. And not too much time left. Thanks, you guys. Oh, I love it. I have been wanting to do one of these hanky skirt things for, now I don't know if this was easy to make. It wasn't that hard. Just think, now I did have another hanky over here. I don't know. The painting might have been a little much. But I liked it because it pulls that blue from the bodice down, right? Yeah, and the paint is kind of, you can see the paint is kind of shimmery. But like into the folds and then leaving the cream at the bottom. I love it. I love it, you guys. Okay. Simply Fabulous. Now here's another one. This was the other one that I had thought about using. It already had lace on it, and then I decided, no, I wanna do more lace. But look, you could use, you know, this one is a lot less, we have a lot less fabric that would go down farther. And I actually think that the more fabric is better, like this. I don't know, you guys think I should like stick a little glue on there to keep it in place? I don't understand why, if we picked it up from the center, I really don't understand why it is, why it would be so hard to get the two corners kind of the same. I don't know. It's probably just all in how it's folded, and I just don't know. Oh, there. I do that. Oh, I like that. You know, I might just put a little... Ooh, now we're getting our little... This is like her... She's got a flowered slip on back here. I'm going to put a little glue here so that we can keep that in place. So that will stay there. And maybe I'll tack this right here inside with another little bit of glue. Oh my goodness, you guys, you could mess with this forever, right? There. Okay. There, that looks a lot more even, I think. I like that. Hi there, Jeannie. How are you? Yeah, I think so. I think that's going to keep it in place. And I think you know, now that I have found a good placement, I think I want it there. For some reason, this side seems to be fine. And you could put it deep in these pleats to keep it where you want it. So it's still got soft folds. You're not going to do anything with the soft folds by putting glue way inside close to, you know, the inside folds. And now it's going to stay like that. I love it. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I can hardly wait to see what Jeannie's going to do. She's going to be up next. I'm going to pick these things up. Oh my gosh, I tell you what, this is just though darling though, isn't it? You missed the paint I used on the dress? This is what it's called. It's called Perfect Paint Shimmering Matte Acrylics. And it's a whole line of paints that has all kinds of mixatives that they all work together. So everything that you do with it, any of the other mediums that you use or anything, they all work together. And I tell you what, that paint is getting kind of old, and you can see it's getting I keep them upside down, but you can see it's starting to get a little bit you know, grainy. But when I use it on stuff, and when you use a little bit of water, you know, it's fine. It's fine when I just paint it on stuff. I've never tried to add anything. If I ever needed to add a little bit of water, and you guys, I use it so often to dry brush on stuff because it's got such a pretty sheen to it. Let me show. Here's two things I've done with it before. This is like some colors mixed together to get this, and this one too. And I've done these things before, to where I'll use like several colors together and, you know, mix them to get a really cool color that's not like just right out of the jar. And I love doing that. It kind of, I don't know, don't you just love sometimes making up stuff that's your own? You don't need it just straight out of a bottle, right? You guys, I was so happy to find these. Who did I get these from? Kathy from Kathy's Country Goodness. At one of her first Friday sales with the Crafty Bunch, she had this broken jewelry. And I'm like thinking, you know, I've probably got jewelry that I could use and take apart like that. But, you know, all that stuff takes time, right? Oh, what's this? It all takes time. A Y. Who do we know that has a name with a Y? I can't think of anybody right offhand. You guys, my mom used to be the best at going through a pile of stuff at a thrift store or a garage sale or whatever it might be. And she'd go through, and she could spend forever digging through stuff like that. I don't really like doing that. And she would find pieces of sterling all the time. And she'd look at it and she goes, I think that's sterling. And she would bring it home. And she had some of the coolest vintage pins and, you know, like brooches and just oddball things that she had found that people were getting rid of that they had no idea, you know, would be worth anything. And she could pick that stuff out and she would do, Kathy's listening. Yes, we found the perfect thing for our project today from one of your bag-o junk jewelry. So that was kind of fun. I was glad to have that, Kathy. And then everybody else, yeah, we need somebody, Yvonne. Or Yvette. I had the same teacher in fifth and sixth grade, I think. And her name was spelled like we would call it Yvette. And her family and the way that she pronounced it, they called her Yvita. And we'd like, what? Now, I know nothing about some, you know, whatever that name would be a derivative from, but I would normally think it would be called Yvette. You know, people can say their names however they want, right? Well, this is an interesting thing. Look at that. You guys, here in just a few minutes, we're going to go. This is, I tell you, Kathy, you really had some interesting things. Oh, can't you? Look, this is nothing but like this wooden disc, and it's mounted in a clip-on earring. Oh, my word. Can't you just see that? Oh, my goodness. All kinds of stuff. Here, we need to have another Fragments and Findings event and have it people made up from something from junky jewelry. Oh, wouldn't that be fun? That might be kind of a fun thing. Junk jewelry. And Kathy, you have a ring in here for me. Thank you. Does that mean we're engaged now? I can hardly wait to go see what. Let's see. I saw Anne's. I saw part of Anne's and then Heidi. So I'm third. So yeah, I'm thinking, did I see somebody is somebody on our list I didn't get a chance to watch? No, I'm caught up. I'm all caught up, you guys. What a fun event. So I think Heidi is planning to do more of these Vintage Wednesdays. So that will be fun. So stay tuned. Always watch out for that. You guys, I'm going to put this somewhere so I don't have to hunt for it again, because that's cute. Although I'm not sure what I would do with it, but still cute. Junk jewelry. Yeah, junk jewelry, junk journaling. Sounds fun. Now that's a mouthful, right? That is a mouthful. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. You guys, I left this out here like I was going to actually hunt somebody down. Don't know who that's going to be. I'll put it here at the top and I can find it. But you guys, aren't you so thrilled that I have sorted buttons now? Look at this. I can open this box. You're welcome. Thanks for having me, Heidi. I can open this box, and I've got several colors of buttons. This came from Oh my goodness, you guys. This may have come from 2 or 3 different people over different times that I bought them. And I can't believe how you guys told me that you sit around sorting gut buttons by color. I'm not there yet, okay? I'm just not there yet. Not saying I won't be someday. I got too many things to do. Too many things to do, you guys. I still gotta go figure out, I gotta go make a thing today so I can get you guys a link if anybody wants the digitals for my new cottage that I made. It's so fun. So anyway, you guys, thanks so much. I just have another moment here. We'll admire this some more. We'll do up close and personal. We'll look at it with a little bit of shimmer and shine. I think that turned out so cute. And this is just like the front page. And for those of you who got here a little bit later, we left this open, so it's actually a pocket behind here too. So there we have it. Okay, you guys, we're gonna go now, and if you're in the Crafty Bunch, which I hope you're watching in the Crafty Bunch, just refresh your browser so that we can watch Jeannie over at Clifton's Crafty Cos. I don't know why I know what it is. I just have trouble getting it out of my lips. You guys, I'll talk to you later. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your day. Be kind to somebody. Even just give them a smile so that you acknowledge that they're there. Okay? Thanks. Bye-bye, you guys.